Okay, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harokakwadash. Double honors to the Apostles of Great Millstone. And shout out to all the Akim pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. And so, as if y'all have seen this topic on the news of this person named Jussie Smalls, who he's a ready Edomite. I guess he did some accused, like it says an Empire actor in custody accused of faking attack. So I don't really know much about it, or like I don't watch the show. I don't know who this dude is, but I know for a fact that he's a Red Hebrew Edomite because I've been watching some of the other brothers post the information. I'm not really going to go into it because basically this is a Red Hebrew Edomite. He's a sodomite, and his father is he's a so-called Jew. I couldn't find any pictures so I can compare it, but I'll just read this on his Wikipedia. It's early life. Justin Jussie Smollett was born in Santa Rosa, California, and is the third of 6 children of Jane and Joel Smollett. He has 3 brothers, 2 sisters, Jake, Joquick, Jojo, Journey, and Jazz, several of whom are also actors. Smollett is biracial. His father was Jewish. His family emerged from Russia and Poland. And Smollett's mother is African American. Alright, so I'm just going to say this in Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the 2nd month, and they declared the pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upwards by their polls. Alright, so right here in the book of Numbers, it's basically it's giving the breakdown on it, your lineage is through your father, your pedigree, so to speak. And so if you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah or the tribe of Benjamin or the tribe of Asher or this and that from the 12 tribes, you're a prince of the power, Yashrallah. But this guy in particular right here, Jussie Smalls, he's a Red Hebrew Edomite because of his father's lineage. So his father is a so-called Jew. All right, so what people in face value, they see this person and they think, oh, he's a black guy, but in reality that's far from it. He's a Red Hebrew Edomite because what he is basically is a TARE. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out that in the parable in Matthew 13. So as Matthew 13 and 24, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which has sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. And that enemy in this parable is the so-called white man, who's the Red Hebrew Edomite. Verse 27. No, sorry, verse 26. But when the blades was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. Yeah, so you have to put yourself in this position. As a farmer, you see these plants, and you know that there's tares in there, but you can't really differentiate because if you look real closely to these plants, they look very similar. Alright, so verse 27. So the servant of the household came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then had it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? So the servant is basically saying, what should we do about the tares? Should we root them out now? Because lately that's been the spirit, not on Great Millstone, but the people around, in the chat, in the comment section, in the chat, because I believe it was last week in the Apostles live stream, there was a person saying that there was too many so-called Hamites in Great Millstone. Well, this parable says, we'll see if there's Hamites. There's probably 1 or 2, but through the Spirit, there's none. If anything, you should be pointing those fingers at other so-called BHI groups, because those are the ones who probably got the most Hamites and Edomites. Because it's all spiritual. The Spirit beareth itself witness of that he is of the Most High, that he's a Jake, so to speak. I'm not going to bring out that precept, but I'm going to finish out this parable. Alright, so it's verse 29. But he said, Nay, lest lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. So let's say we actually took advice from this random dude who probably doesn't have videos on his YouTube, commenting on the apostles live stream, like, oh yeah, we should go root out all the Hamites, as we're like we don't really have that power and discernment, you know, to like root out a Hamite. The Spirit does that for us, because if we did there like in a carnal aspect, we'd be kicking out Israelites out of GMS. All right, so this is verse 30. Let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. All right, so probably growing up, and if you like went to high school with this guy, he would seem like a brother to you, so to speak. But as time would go on, the wheat and the tare would start growing, and they would start forming their characteristics. And since this guy is a tare, a red Hebrew Edomite, and I don't know how he's probably like, 30 years old or whatever, he's given off tare signals. Like there's no way you can just mistake him for wheat, basically, because he's a red Hebrew Edomite through and through, according to his father's lineage. All right, so as you have this guy, he's so-called dark skinned, but he's a red Hebrew Edomite. You have that on the other side too, because it goes both ways. Now I couldn't get much information, but Bob Marley, he has a so-called white father, but he's actually Jake. I believe he died of a heart attack. Yes, here's heart attack is his death. He died when Bob Marley was 10 years old. But through the Spirit, Bob Marley is an Israelite. All right, so this is another person, prime example, Blake Griffin. Now, he's a basketball player. From the distance, he looks like a so-called white person. When you get up close to him, you realize that he's got a different spirit, and it's because, according to his father, he's a Levite, because his father is a so-called Haitian, and his father got with a woman right here, with a red Hebrew Edomite woman, and then came forth this man. But he's a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Levi, and so just as his father did, he got himself a young white woman, or so to speak, blonde hair and this and that, and his child comes out looking more like his wife. So that's only 2 generations, and like that kid straight up looks like what you would say a tare. But if you were to go and pluck up the tare before it grows, you would have plucked that Hebrew Israelite without you knowing. Alright, so I'm going to go into the word Israel, because a lot of people in the comments section, they don't really know why we call them red Hebrew Edomites, because they're Hebrews. Alright, so this is Genesis 32:28, and he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob. And this is after Jacob wrestled the angel, so that he can get the blessing, basically. So, but Israel, for as prince hast thou power with the Most High and with men, and hast prevailed. So Jacob, meaning supplant, his name was changed to Israel. And this is the Strong's. I'm just going to read the main one. It says, the name of the descendants of the nation of the name of the descendants and the nation of the descendants of Jacob. Because Jacob means supplanter. In the Hebrew way you say Yaiquab. Yaiquab means supplanter. But since his name was changed to Israel, it was his descendants became Israelites. Now Esau isn't Israel. Esau is Edom, which means wasted away is he, which is why, because he's a red Hebrew Edomite. Alright, and this is in the Greek. It says Strong's G2474, and it basically has the proper definition of Israel. Israel, he shall be a prince of the Most High, because Israel, the way you say it in Hebrew is Yasharallah, and that's prince of the power, or he is prince of the power. All right, so this is Ezekiel 36 and 19, and I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries according to their way, and according to their doings I judged them. So in this part in the book of Ezekiel, he's talking about the Israelites, how they were getting scattered. So right here we got an Israelite who was scattered in this direction, and there's another rock, the rock. He's an Israelite as well. Just try to get a picture of his father real quick. So this is a picture right here of Dwayne the Rock Johnson and his father. I don't know his father's his name, but that's obviously an Israelite, and he basically went to the islands, got himself a Japhetic woman, and then out came out Dwayne Johnson, the way he looks, and he's a Hebrew Israelite. And you can just tell, like, he's not like a Japhet. Like, the spirit of Japhet is not in Dwayne Johnson. He's Israelite. I'm just using him as an example. Alright, so this is Revelation 7 and 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. Now in this part, the angels are pretty much saying, gather the elect, because there's still Israelites scattered throughout, like how we read in Ezekiel. And those are the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners. So verse 4, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Now you notice these angels are going around sealing people from the tribes of the children of Israel. And it goes down, it says all the tribes. I'm going to jump to verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. And these people are the multitude of Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, because it's in the spirit of a Hebrew Israelite to reproduce. And like I read in the book of Numbers, it's according to the father's seed. So if the elder brother Yakal did a great analogy, is if you have an apple tree, an apple seed, you plant it in whatever, like Russia, it's going to grow up to be an apple. Now, if you take that apple seed instead and plant it, let's say in Hawaii, that's still going to be an apple. Alright, so I'm just going to read this in Romans 9. Romans 9 and 1. I say the truth in Hamashiach, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness to the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed of Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Now this is Paul talking about his brethren, his kinsmen, according to the flesh. So there's no such thing as a spiritual Hebrew Israelite. It's a flesh thing. It says verse 4, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises, because those promises weren't given to everybody. Those were given to the 12 sons of Jacob, who are the progenitors of the 12 tribes of Israel. This is verse 5, who are the fathers, and whom as concerning the flesh Hamashiach came, who is over all, Yahweh blessed forever. Amen. Now as you can see here, Yahweh Shai didn't come for everybody to, how people say, so for God loves the world, he gave his only begotten son. No. Right here is Romans 9 and 5 that debunks that. So he came concerning the flesh. Hamashiach came, who is over all, the Most High blessed forever. Amen. I'm gonna jump down to oh no, that was it. Well, hopefully this video was edifying. And we're gonna give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harukakwadash, and Shalom Akim.